Chief Patron Dr. Duraj Saikiaji, Patron Professor Dr. Celeb Mayo, Convener Dr. Dimitras, Organizing Secretary Edward Hebrek, Dr. Rajesh Kannurji, Coordinator Dr. Smriti Mehta, Dr. Ashish Baldania, Moderator Vice President Dr. Pritisha Kumari, Vice President, and Dr. Bulus Pigdita. Today, I'll be talking about corporate, but where Mr. Baral has left, I'm going to pick up two words: living and learning organization. What is living and learning organization from a corporate world? So that is the thing I'm going to share today. Of course, Horizon 2.0 2026 is building, according to me, knowledge, inspiring change, shaping for a better tomorrow, and with a global perspective, knowledge exchange, innovation for impact, and interdisciplinary collaboration and sustainable future. True to the spirit and theme of today's international conference, which says progressive research in humanities, society, and emerging methodologies. And one such organization is Tata Group. It's not only they have given us product and services, but they have offered humanities, philanthropy, lot of things they have done for humanity. And it is nearly 158-year journey of Tata Group, which is a record. And there are very few living organizations in the world, and we have such in India. It is a timeless philosophy, perfectly reflects the journey Tata Group, a journey that began in India in 1868. 1868, when India had not attained the freedom, but they were supporting and making India independent in terms of economy. Today, I request you to look beyond the balance sheets, market capitalization, global rankings. I invite you to view the Tata Group not merely as a successful business conglomerate, but as an institution that has helped shape modern India and has become one of the finest examples of living and learning organization. Because learning continues. Learning continues. They have started from trading and today they are into computers. What not they do. And my keynote address, I am thankful and gratitude that I have given an opportunity. So I'll start with Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, Kolaba, Mumbai, Tata Institute of Social Sciences, and Tata Memorial Center for Cancer Research. And as the founder says, in a free enterprise, a community is not just another stakeholder in business, but is in fact the very purpose of its existence. They have beautiful book authored by R.M. Lala, Creation of Wealth. What they define, creation of wealth is nothing but not making a profit, but utilizing the resources for the human mankind. That is how they operate. It is beyond the profit. Each Tata organization or the company has to share the certain percentage of profit to Tata Trust, and in turn Tata Trust does lot of philanthropic activities across the world, and that is how Tata is known as a organization or a group with humanities and philanthropic, and how they have come up. They believe in the philosophy Vasudev Kutumbakam. The world is one family. Business creates wealth. Business creates wealth. The institution creates civilization. The Tata Group's journey is a testament to the power of purpose, values, institution in shaping a better world for all. And if you see, they are taking care of the people to the core: people, ethics, innovation, sustainability, inclusion, and institution as the legacy. As I've told, journey began in 1868. Jamshedji Narswanji Tata. His vision was, I want to make this country not only wealthy one, but also great one by raising it in a class of well-educated, high-minded, public-spirited men and people. And that is what was his vision. If you see the legacy, which is said by Jamshedji Tata, established Tata Sons, Taj Mahal, 1903, India's first five-star hotel, 1907, Indian Institutes of Science, Tata Power Hydroelectricity, the first one to start giving electricity to Greater Mumbai, Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, Tata Institute of Social Science, and Tata Memorial Center. And as the legacy goes, Jamshedji Tata was declined entry in a European run hotel. And he thought, no, I will create a hotel which will be open to everyone. And as they say, I don't have any support, but that is what I've read somewhere, that in one of the hotels run by European, there was a board, Indians and dogs not allowed. He took it to heart and he created a hotel bang opposite to Gateway. In fact, Gateway of India came later, but the Tata Taj Mahal Hotel stands as a testimony. I'll tell you how they invest in people, how they create an assets. It was a dastardly attack in 2611 where Taj Mahal Hotel was destroyed by the so-called terrorist. It was a covert attack. The entire staff, along with the general manager, Mr. Kang, they rescued the guest safely without worrying for their life. In the process, the general manager of Taj Mahal Hotel lost his entire family. He could not attend there. That is the teaching. And that is what they practice across the Tata Group. Though I have not joined Tata Group, President sir, I have got nearly 10 to 12 books on Tatas, which I have been reading. And fortunately, I could not join. But God made my one wish true. I am associated with TISS as a visiting faculty. So that is a great solace. I am giving a visit as a visiting lecture. I am entering the one of the legacies developed by the Tatas. Now, I'll go here. Evolution across 158 years. The vision begins. Industrial foundation, the steel, power. In fact, the Jamshedpur is named after him. World-class institutions of healthcare established, Indian Institute of Science, diverse business in engineering. 1970, they embraced the IT services, financial services, fuel growth and capabilities, and going global. In 2000, they went global, and this is how they are shaping the future. One journey, many milestones, a legacy that lives on, building India and empowering the people and enriching the lives. My only learning from this is create an institution, create a business, but take care of the people, make people as an asset, and make that institution as a living and learning organization. My friends here today who have assembled and the dignitaries, the one question is coming to the mind which I'll answer. Why study the Tata? I am not an official spokesman of a Tata company, but the Tata Group is not living conglomerate. It is a living and learning organization. And in the free enterprise, community is not another stakeholder in business. In fact, it is the very purpose of its existence, the stakeholder as a customer. And their integrity and excellence, unity, responsibility is rooted in their values. And let me share one of my friends who was working with Tatas. In every Tata company, when the personnel joins, he or she has to undergo 3 days training in ethics, integrity. It is a mandatory. And they are focusing on people, committed to the planet, creating enduring value and serving humanity. In fact, so much so, after the 26 attack, Taj Mahal was destroyed, it was being reconstructed. Till such time it didn't come back to the original shape. The employees were asked to report to duty daily, go back, and their entire salary was paid. Mr. Ratan Tata personally took care of the people who had lost everything in Mumbai, and it was ensured the charity was given without left hand knowing what right hand is doing. That is the beauty of this organization. That is the beauty of the learnings. And that is really an organization. It is an institutional builder. You name any brand, Titan. There's a beautiful web series now on OTT, The Titan Story. One has to see that, how the Titan came into existence, how Tanish came into existence, Tata Tetley, West Side. Because I don't want to spend 20 minutes on giving the brand name, but how they came into existence. Employer of choice, many people, philanthropy, innovator. as Dr. Namrata has mentioned that yes, innovation. So innovator. We have to learn this from Tata's nation building and global presence. I'll tell you a short story, not a story, but a fact. When Arabs, I think, invaded Persia, okay, and many of the Parsis, the Zoroastrian faith, they took a shelter in India. I think 8CE. That is what my research says. They landed somewhere in Sanjan, Surat. And the king of Surat, knowing that two, three big ships have arrived with a lot of people, he sent a bowl of milk. The head priest in the ship, after accepting the bowl, he put some sugar and sent it back to the king, making that we are here to be part of you. Please give us help. And that is how the Parsis came in India. They not only came in India, but they have taken the development. They are our brothers and sisters, Parsis. And how the Navsari came into existence, sir. You would have heard about Navsari in Gujarat, where there are a lot of Parsis residing. Sari was the place in Persia where they were residing. So they created a new Sari and it is named as Navsari. That is what it is given in Creation of Wealth. Kindly read this book. Make this book available to not only your staff, but a lot of people who are doing the research. And this is what is my focus of study, that let me put this study in the proper way. Now, what are the four pillars? Education. Yes, they are into education. They give lot of grants to the student. You can study in the organization. Healthcare. Tata Cancer Hospital, the first one in India. When cancer treatment was not available, they made it available. Scientific research through Indian Institute of Science at industrial development. They have seen the industrial. The first Indianized four-wheeler was Indica. After the independence, I think somewhere in 1990 or 2000. Till such time, we were dependent with foreign collaboration, but they created thereafter the nano and a legacy that evolved with India, right from foundation, nation building, expansion, diversification, globalization, future ready. No, it was a small journey trading firm to global enterprise. It is guided by trust, driven by purpose, and inspired by India. It is not the length of life, but the depth of life, what we live, is a statement, a loaded statement by Jamshedji Tata. Tata philosophy, as I have told, it is integrity, responsibility, excellence, innovation, unity, and sustainability. The purpose is to improve the quality of life, communities we serve globally through stakeholder value creation is the most important, and that is how the wealth is created. And they are true to their integrity, ethics. In one of the finance companies of Tata's, there had some fraud taken place by one of the trusted top honco of Tata Group. That is Ratan Tata's colleague. He not only handed him to the police, but what was the loss? He paid back to the stakeholders. Tell me which company is going to do. And he mentioned in the AGM, much against the wishes of his directors, no, this is what has happened. I take the responsibility and I'm paying back your money. So that is what is the learning lesson for not only corporate, but many people in the society. A purpose that unites a vision that is creating value, creating wealth, enriching lives worldwide. And the true measure of success not we achieve for ourselves, but what we create for the world we leave behind. And impact in action. What is the impact in action? Transforming education and building future leaders, advancing healthcare, driving sustainability, strengthening industries, and creating shared value and building strong partnership. Here, I would like to give one small example about Tata Training Center in Pune. It is one of the best training center where other corporates are also alive. In fact, I don't know whether you are aware, like IAS program, Indian Administrative Service, they too have a program TAS, Tata Administrative Service. Many of the top people have undergone their TAS program and reached to the top position in Tatas. honoring our heritage and building India's freedom. Now they have honored one way, they have done a freedom struggle, one way, right from 1868. They are into solar energy, education, as I've told, the diverse group. If you see the number of brands, everyone thing is not come here, but the first one to bring the aviation business in India. And that is how Air India, Indian Airlines, they came into existence. And in fact, JRD Tata, he drove a plane single engine from London to Karachi and then to India in a single engine without any co-pilot, but he drove it. At that time, he had a vision that he'll bring aviation services in the world, and India was one amongst them. And innovation for today, impact for forever. Now, continuing legacy, they are into digital transformation, sustainable growth, people and culture, innovation and R&D, partnerships and collaboration, responsible business. They are serving over 1 billion people globally, presence in 100 plus countries like Europe, operating 100 plus companies, committed to net zero by 2045. More than 1 million employees worldwide are working with Tatas, and their promise today is we will continue to innovate, collaborate, and act with the purpose to build a better, more equitable, and sustainable world generations for now. That is what is their promise. A living laboratory for research. If you see what is happening, they have a good corporate governance, leadership, and succession, starting with Jamshedji Tata, JRD Tata, then Ratan Tata, Noel Tata, leaders, and of course they have given plethora of like Rusi Modi and a lot of people, Suman Mulgaonkar, and these are all people who have brought India on the horizon. Learning organization, of course, it's a learning, a living organization, and Tata Group is not merely a business conglomerate. Here you will find every month and month there are 2, 3 groups in India. I won't name. They are into competition. Who is the richest? Who is the richest in Asia? Who is? But you won't find a single Tata director making a tall claim that he or she is the richest. Sustainability and ESG, labor welfare policy. Many of the policies, what we see, Provident Fund, 8 hour working, everything came through Tata's, which has become an act. So many times government is dependent on them, understand the act, and that is what is being practiced. Now, if I see TISS, there is TIFR, XLRI Jamshedpur, SP Jain, everything. There are many organizations which come under their umbrella. So this is how the learning organization. Key learnings from Tata Group. Now let us see what are the purpose before profit, values as competitor advance, people at the center, long-term perspective, sustainability, innovation with inclusion, strong governance, nation building through enterprise. So that is what is the Tata Group's learning for today, what I understand. And there are a lot of key takeaways you can see on the screen. And growth is for purpose, innovation that inspires. And in fact, let me tell you, through Tanix, the first time in India, customers were given a guarantee that whatever you gold you purchase will be tested on the karat meter there and then given you the certificate. It was not happening. Now many such shops are giving that services. So that is how the thing has started. Now coming over to the references. These are the books which I have and I have read, and institution referenced is these are the institutions, classical sources like Ma Upanishad, Vasudev Kutumbakam. These are the this thing. I will conclude with a small shloka, if I am permitted. What they have done. Astoma Sadgamaya, Tamsoma Jyotirgamaya, Mrutyoma Amrutam Gamaya, meaning lead us from untruth to truth, from darkness to light, and from morality to immorality. That is how this company has set an example, leading us from darkness to light. And If someone talks about India's growth, 100% Tata Group's word has to be put in golden letters, is what my finding. And that is what I have to conclude. And I'm ready to take the questions and answers.